In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you more about teen pregnancies, all natural labor and delivery stories. So if you're interested, then this video is for you. Aloha everyone, and welcome to today's video, Teen Pregnancy, All Natural Labor and Delivery Stories. My name is Icelyn, and on this channel, Boylan's Happily Ever After, we share family videos, mommy videos, and have product reviews. So if you're new and this interests you, please consider subscribing. And if you want to know more about anything you see on this channel, be sure and check the links down in the description below this video, or leave a comment. I'd love to connect with you there. And as always, if you think these videos may help someone, please share them where you can. Also, I want to say thank you to those of you who have subscribed since the last video. Your support here means so much to me. Now for today's video. I want to start with giving a little bit of a disclaimer. What I share in these videos is just my opinions. I am not a medical health professional, so you should always be consulting with whoever you're working with in your pregnancy, midwife, doula, and is going to be a part of your pregnancy journey. I personally have had 4 live births, 2 at home and 2 in the hospital. I have also shared my birth stories on this channel, so I'll be sure and link those along with a whole playlist or 2 for you down in the description below. Go and check out more of the other things that I'm sharing on this topic. Now for today's video. To give you a little bit of a background, right out of high school I had an interest in becoming a labor and delivery nurse, and I was also interested in studying pregnancy massage. My game plan was to get my massage therapy license that would then bring in a better income while I was going to nursing school, and then be able to work those hours around studying for school. Nursing school can be expensive, as well as massage therapy, but it was a great way for me to be able to start making better money faster that would then help pay for my nursing program. However, that did not happen. I ended up pregnant with my first, so then I finished out massage school and just went into that while I had her. You could say that I was pregnant early enough to call it a teen pregnancy. So really quick, if you go to watch my labor and delivery stories, my first 2, I was not making videos yet, but I did share those experiences in their own little video, and then my second 2, I was taking video. However, Lucas, I more just captured via pictures, kind of like I did with the first 2, but my last Sindel, it happened so fast that I wasn't able to pick up the camera and share it the way I had envisioned doing it. But I would definitely recommend going and checking those videos out. Today I felt this video is super important to share if you are pregnant, a teenager, a first-time mom. Knowledge is everything, and gaining as much knowledge on something you going through for the first time is going to be extremely helpful to you. It's hard to know what to expect, and as they say, no 2 pregnancies are ever alike, and after having 4, I can say yes, they are all different in their own way. I fortunately had the opportunity in high school to job shadow at the family birth center in my hometown, and also follow like the OBGYN doctors and get a good taste of what being in those fields would be like. So while I was job shadowing at the family birth center, I saw, probably over 10 deliveries, and I had an aunt that let me be there present for hers. So I've seen from like the lady coming out on the ambulance with the head almost already out delivering, not making it there on time, to like the women who spent 3 days throwing up, miserable, or the women that don't make a noise at all when they're having their baby, or the ones that scream at the top of their lungs, or ones that don't want pain meds, ones that do, ones where you can't like get the epidural in the back, or hey, we plan to have this naturally, something's happening during the labor, and then they're going into an emergency C-section. Like that can happen. I've seen that. I've seen twins C-sections, which was probably one of the best labor and birth stories, deliveries that I've been a part of. The little boy and girl were like crying once they were out of the womb, simultaneously like listening to each other back and forth, and like there was not a dry eye in that room. So really know that it's going to be different, and even if you plan for a certain way, that can change too. And if you're planning to document it, it's probably not going to be as easy as you'd hope. At least that's what I found out. I've seen other people where they're able to just do it great. If you have someone there along to help you capture it, if that's something you're wanting to do, plan for that. So now I want to give you a little bit of some stats for my birth stories. My first, Adrian, she was 5 pounds 15 and a half ounces, born in June of 2005 at 9:30 in the evening, and she was 19 inches. And my labor started somewhere around 7 in the morning, so that was about 14 and a half hours of labor. My second, Bridget, she was 6 pounds 2 ounces, born in December of 08 at 5:26 in the afternoon, and was 18 and a half inches. I started labor sometime around the same time in the morning, and it was about 10 and a half hours. Lucas, he was born 7 pounds 1 ounce in March of 2016 at 3:45 in the morning, was 20.25 inches, and I labored with him for about 5 hours and 45 minutes. Sindel, she was 7 pounds 4 ounces, and you notice my babies each got a hint bigger with each pregnancy. 19 inches, born at 9:17 in the morning, and I was in labor with her around 4 hours. I myself, born in October of 84 at 12:24 in the afternoon, I was 7 pounds 10 ounces and 19 and a half inches, so all my babies were really close to the same size I was when I was born. I do not know how long my mom labored with me. I don't think it was very long though. It was definitely faster than my sister, I think. And they say each time, usually for women, it goes faster and faster. Like the body knows what to do, it has memory, and it just kicks into that. Those hormones happen. Your body knows how to react to them. So Adrian's delivery was not at home. I would have loved to have had a home birth in a pool. However, I wasn't. I had her in the hospital. That was the day of my baby shower. What I think is important to share about this is I believe I was a little bit in denial that I was going to have her that day. I felt like it was just Braxton Hicks, even though it was timed, and that started 7 in the morning. Still at noon, I was like, no, it could still be a few days out. I had a check that day, which might have kicked things into gear a little bit more. I had my baby shower after work, and my mom, I think, wanted me to go to the hospital right then, but I was like, no, let's go up there. My aunt was super great. That was the aunt that I got to see have her first baby. She'd had such a wonderful baby shower plan. I'm so glad I did not miss out on that. When I got there, I just felt like already kind of that urging push to need to poop. It's kind of what they say it feels like when you need to push. Bowel movements are good to have beforehand, so then that way you don't have to, but yes, sometimes that happens. That's completely normal. It happens more often than not, because you're literally giving all your life force to get this baby out of you when pushing. So one thing that I kind of knew having all this experience is I really didn't want to have to get hooked up to an IV. I wanted my recovery to be as fast as possible to be able to spend as much time with her. I labored probably much longer than I should have with that a little bit in the back of my mind. I just didn't want to be stuck at the hospital pacing the halls or someplace kind of foreign and uncomfortable, and that's why I think home births are really great if that's an option. However, for the first time going around, I think home birth is really scary because you don't know what to expect. You don't know if you're going to have complications, and so having it in a hospital where everything is right there and easily accessible, or you can get transferred, or just there's other doctors around to help in whatever way might be needed, is extremely comforting and a great option for, I think, first-time mothers to do. And then as you have more babies, have one at home. So for Bridget's, hers was Christmas morning. Again, who wants to spend Christmas in a hospital? Not that that's really a bad thing, but I didn't want to miss out on the time spent with my family. I labored through until I couldn't really labor through anymore and had to get there. And hers did, it did feel like took longer, but I spent way more time at the hospital laboring. My mom had made a good point that the doctor that was going to be delivering her might want to get to her Christmas, just get to the hospital, check to see how far along I was, which she did end up going on to her Christmas, and someone else came in to deliver. And then the pushing took twice as long. With Bridget, they had told him that I had Adrian really fast, so I think he was expecting that, and he was just kind of standing there with his arms folded like, is this girl ever gonna have this baby? I'm pushing, can someone tell me if they see the head yet? And that's really helpful and encouraging. Sometimes they'll put a mirror there for you to see. I didn't want to see. Sometimes they'll have you feel. I didn't want to feel. It really is your experience. So find out the options that you have and the things that you can do that are going to make it the best for you, because those are going to be personal choices for each person. Another thing to note, when they popped Adrian's water, I was already pushing, and I was like, what was that? I had totally forgot that my water popping was something that needed to happen. I was just that into the labor and having her already. With Bridget, they picked a time to do it, and once they did, those contractions started hitting so much harder, and it was so much more uncomfortable and painful, which I did not remember that with Adrian. Then for Lucas, my pushing ruptured my water. So each time there was kind of a different water breaking experience. I feel like with Lucas, I was a little more silent until it came time to push. And then with Sindel, I was like the most vocal with all of them, and it felt the most painful, and I was screaming. I was a little more nervous and hesitant with this one because I had tore a little bit with Lucas, up and not down. And I just didn't want to tear anymore again if I could avoid it. And with Sindel's, I'm pretty sure, I don't remember when my, babe, do you remember when my water broke with Sindel? Did she pop it when she got there? I feel like her head was already coming out when she got there.
It was getting close.
Like, she must have popped it when she got there, right? I don't remember.
No, I think it happened.
It
That's
popped
why I
already.
was.
You knew or
Because
something?
she was not there yet.
Okay, thank you.
Just guessing.
It happened so fast. Okay, so there you have it. And I think it was really cool that with all 3 of my births, I did not have to have an IV. I hate needles. I don't even like looking at them. I just had the one with Bridget because I was there a little bit early. And don't do like I did and wait till the last minute to get there. It creates chaos for them. Get there early. I mean, you're just gonna get pampered on anyway. It was Christmas. That's why me being there early wasn't cool. Everyone had something else to do. I was just laboring kind of alone, which I was totally fine with that. Who wants to watch a person in pain? And so pain management is definitely something to keep in mind. I've made a few other videos talking about that since I had mine all natural. I've shared a few things that might help you get through that if you're especially worried about pain and what options you have to helping lessen the pain. The most painful part, definitely when you're crowning, and I feel like the last one went the best. My midwife was amazing. She delivered Lucas and delivered Sindel, and I told her, you know, stop me when it comes time to crown and stretch me. For some reason that didn't happen with Lucas, partly maybe because it was a student and we didn't express that much, but she did help assist in Lucas getting out. Anyway, with Sindel, it was like she told me to stop, and I felt her, and it just was like so much more intense and tremendously. But then once I pushed, like, she really did help assist Sindel's head coming out, and that was awesome. I don't know if she saw that maybe I was gonna tear, or she was just stretching, whatever she did. That was like some of the most intense moments of my entire life. So for me personally, I feel like being present, being able to see other births before I experienced my birth really was helpful. I also feel like when I was pregnant, I just tried not to think about the inevitable and deal with it when it comes. If you get the opportunity to have a family member, someone that would let you be present during labor, delivery, birth, I highly recommend it. It's so neat to see the miracle of life happen. I also want to stress in this video, especially for you first-time moms, if you're not comfortable talking about what you want in your labor and delivery or birth with the person who's your healthcare provider, midwife, or doula, maybe they're not the right person for you. Don't be afraid to switch doctors, and be vocal about the things you do and don't want, and be willing to change the game plan if it's not the plan. Like, have a backup plan for a backup plan. It really is your birth experience, and you want it to be the best it can be and as easy for you as possible, because it's not easy. And that's it. That's what I wanted to share with you, a little bit more about teen pregnancy, labor and delivery, all natural. I hope it helps you. I went from being 19 to in my 30s when I had Sindel. I really had babies in 3 decades. Yeah, that's right. If you have any questions or concerns, just be sure and drop them down in the comments below. I really truly love talking about this stuff. I've always been passionate about it. I hope my videos are helping you. If they are, please be sure and give them a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you in the next one. Mahalo!